So welcome to Stressless Saturday on this absolutely amazing morning. So we're in Newcastle today, just hanging out with some friends. So yeah, the challenges challenges you can expect when losing weight. There's going to be multiple things that are going to come up. So there's going to be temptation, which is one of the biggest challenges. Obviously, you're going to open the fridge, or you're going to go out, and people are going to challenge you to either have something to eat or have something to drink that's not on your plan or not within your calorie limitations, or just not within your goals, really. So basically, what I want to talk about is some of the challenges that I faced when I was losing weight. I started off at really, really high level. So I was 175 kilos, and each and every step of the way, within 2 to 5 kilo increments, it was a different challenge. So the first challenge was something simple like, oh, your clothes no longer fit you anymore because, you've lost so much weight. And what do you do there? Do you replace the clothes? Do you continually wear them or just give them away? What happens? So that's a small challenge, or a good challenge to have. Bad challenges. Another bad challenge I had was I basically hit a plateau to begin with. The first 20 kilos came off, and then I hit a plateau. And I wasn't sure whether I should maintain my existing plan or who I could speak to. There was always personal trainers that were going to get me to work harder and train harder and all that, but I didn't want to do that. I wasn't sure if I should keep going with my diet or make any changes. And so that was the biggest challenge there, the fact I didn't know what to do. It wasn't because I didn't know where to go, or I didn't know if I should stay on it. It was just not knowing was the biggest challenge. And finally I got through the plateau with different techniques that I've talked about in previous segments. But it's more of a case of you're going to have these challenges. Don't be afraid, or don't think that you're just going to have smooth sailing. Everything's going to go fine. There's going to be challenges. You're going to forget your lunches. You're going to lose the plan. You're going to lose that piece of paper that you had training. And that's what these segments are there for, to just give you an opportunity and let you know that there is challenges. There are going to be roadblocks along the way. Other challenges are people usually don't support you. Now, if you have a group of friends and you guys are all into health and fitness, you guys aren't going to necessarily be on the same fitness level. So sometimes some things are going to have to give. Your friends might be on a better, more fitter level than what you are, and so therefore you need to. The biggest challenge is trying to keep up with them and them not understanding what your goals are. So for me, it was a case of my friends were all into the athletic and the running and the marathon running and all that, whereas I was more into the lifting. And so there'd constantly be a battle between the lifters versus the runners and all that. So there wasn't too much. That's a bit of a challenge. Like, your friends are not going to understand, or the people that support you are not going to understand why you're doing what you're doing and where you want to be with your goals. Another thing is, halfway through your goals, you might realize that that's complete where you want to go. Is what you're doing is not taking you to where you want to go. So this comes back to the not knowing aspect of it again. When you're not sure on how to get the body of your dreams, or how to get those abs, or how to get that toned butt, or whatever it is that you want to do, and halfway through a 12-week program or a 3-month program, whatever it may be, you realize that it's not taking you to that direction. So what do you do there? That's another big challenge. Also, duration. I also want to stress this enough. The biggest challenge for me was, I used to call things a diet. And now that's the biggest problem, because a diet, in my mind, says that there's a start date and an end date. What happens after I finish the diet? Do I go back to the old way I used to be? Therefore, if I do that, it's I'm going to go back to the same spot that I was before I started my program. So dieting is the most important. That word, if you call it a diet, if you're doing it for a short term and you understand that you're doing it for a short term for a particular reason, then it's not too bad. But if you call it a diet, what do you do after? What do you do after the diet's finished? Or what do you do when you're on the last page of that program, or the last piece of paper that's got no more day 60, 61, no more nutritional or training advice? What happens then? Do you just go back to your old ways? And that's a bigger challenge, knowing when to stop and just understand, to enjoy what you've just created or built, or where you are now. That challenge is that life isn't always about 12-week programs and 30-day challenges, and sometimes you just want to enjoy the body you have and just sustain the results that you have. And now, how do you sustain? So this information and knowledge is the biggest challenge, because not everyone is the same. So you can listen to your friends who are marathon runners, or you can listen to your other friends who might be into their sports, and they're going to tell you how they sustain their results, but you need to find your own way of sustaining results. So that's some challenges. You'll get, don't get me wrong, I haven't covered all the challenges, I just can't remember off the top of my head, but the most important ones are, that I want to mention, guys, is stick to the plan. No matter what, stick to the plan, stick it out, ask for help. When don't be shy, ask for help. There's millions of people out there that can help you out. Drop it on my community, doesn't really matter. Google it. Most important, Google it, and it'll give you a sense of at least which direction to start in, if not to start looking, sorry, if not give you the answer. But yeah, feel free to reach out. All right, guys, I'm going to start the weekend off with some breakfast, a Dan cake, and a coffee on the way. So I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. As always, let me know if you let me know if the content's really good or really bad, whatever, vice versa. Some feedback is always good. Also, at the bottom of this screen, I will give away a link for one free online coaching session, like I made sure on Wednesday I told you guys. So basically, it's 30 minutes of health and fitness value. What you're going to get is you can ask me on how to get those abs out. You can ask me on how to get that amazing defined body that you always want. Summer is only a couple of months away, so summer bodies are built in winter. Don't forget that. So you have 30 minutes of online value that I can give you. I can give you some workout plans. I can give you some nutritional advice and guidance and all that. So it's going to be on the link at the bottom of this video. Hope you guys have an amazing weekend. I'll catch you guys on Wednesday. Catch ya.